Hajime mashite boku wa Jiri desu. Everyone out there in YouTube land. I'm working on the Iron Farm Castle right now. The Iron Farm and slash Raid Castle. And I'm listening to one of the streamers I like to listen to. Because I need something going on in the background. I have no one in the party. And apparently he's FK at the minute or something. Alright, and I'm aware, anyone that wants to comment, I'm aware the camera's higher. My job, I have some sensitive materials on the desk for work, and I can't move them currently because I need their tasks that I've got to do at some point tomorrow or the day after. And yes, repositioning the camera, because that's been brought up. It won't work. The other screen, that it would point out if I moved it to the other side, what it said sensitive stuff. You know, it's not that I always have that sensitive thing up, but if I get a call, because I'm always on call, I have to switch over. I've already had issues stopping the stream immediately. Yeah, anyway, I was about to get some coffee. Oof. Just made coffee. Gonna have a little bit of that. Get comfortable. And that's what I'm talking about. All right, let's do it.
All right.
Make sure I got the sand.
I gotta check something first. Something happened in the IRL scene yesterday where the UI got shifted. Let's take a look. Let's take a look. You're not gonna hear me for a second.
Didn't really need to take that one out. Oh. Yeah. Let's do this part first. I don't know if I have enough torches for this mess. To go get me some more torches. Yeah. Fun. I want more torches. Come on. And a sip of coffee. Oh, nice. I made good coffee today. A stack of torches should do. We got. Might as well grab a couple of ruchets. Ruchets. I need to mark those. That's like the darkest freaking thing ever. Just a stack of rockets.
Okay. Time to go.
Apparently he's back.
See you guys later.
I'm gonna just so y'all know who I'm listening to. This is someone in Japan.
GH5, a Lumex, mate.
All
right. Next time
Premier
you guys see
2.
me, we're gonna be starting.
Oh, I should have grabbed a freaking water bucket too. Whatever. Makes picking these things up so much easier.
All right, now, but
One block.
we have to stop the stream and then restart it, right? We have to. You guys can ride the Shinkansen with me, but we have to reboot, not the whole stream, just turn it off and then turn it back on. And I felt like yesterday we did it too sudden, and I made everyone feel like it was too abrupt. And
so today just shut it down. All right, I've got to pull up his next one. Not Pete's Quest, that's not the one I wanted. There we go.
welcome for another month of pain.
What day was on? 4. Okay, I gotta do this day 5. Sorry about that. Yeah. Let's get ready to rumble. I'm gonna screw that wall up back there, just know it. No. It's 5 o'clock over there. Hamburger. And I could fast forward this. This is a past VOD. I don't want just the music. You know, not there.
Cool Japan. Today we'll find more cool things in Japan that may surprise the world.
We'll listen to this too.
And our theme today is this: Japanese tableware.
I see. Well, we know Japanese cuisine is popular worldwide, so is Japanese tableware just as popular? What do you think, Ms. Mayuzumi?
Good question. This year happens to be the 400th year since the birth of aritayaki, the first porcelain made in Japan. There is a unique history and culture to the Japanese tableware that we customarily use today. I'm looking forward to finding out how our foreign guests perceive it. We have asked our guests to bring what they think is cool about Japanese tableware. I'd like you to show them all at once. Please.
Show us. Oh. All sorts.
Quite a variety.
So we have a lot of items here. Let's see. Among them, Anise, what do you have?
Yes, well, these plates are like rectangular plates, and they're usually for fish. First of all, we don't have them. We don't have this kind of shape, like this kind of shapes in Algeria. We don't have.
There's not that much
plates that
sand
are
up there, is
specific
there?
for food.
Really?
This one that I find particularly beautiful. This one is for sanma.
Sanma.
Yes, and it's very long. And you have also this one, which is a bit wider. It's for hockey. I love this kind of plates. So usually I use like a round dish.
I see. Are all the plates in your countries round too? Let's see. Round? Everyone says round. Who says rectangular plates are used in their countries as well? Oh, they are. In the U.S. too.
Yeah, I mean, they're kind of specialty dishes.
How are they used?
Well, geez, I don't know, because I don't eat specialty foods.
Really, for parties or cakes or birthday cakes or...
I see. Then you don't use rectangular plates for regular meals. Is that right?
No.
No. I see. Your plates are round. Okay, next Shue and Sophia, you have some assortments. Let's start with Shue. What are those?
Actually, these baby are mine. These are my Japanese tablewares. I bought it in Japan. So I really like the huge variety of Japanese tableware. So actually you can find different shapes and different color. Actually, I have more. So I can choose which I
Say
wanna use
actually
today.
one
So it's
more
pretty
time.
cool.
He's on
Do you
this
find a bigger
Japanese TV
variety
show.
here than in China?
Yes, I think the shapes
He's
and the
semi-regular.
colors
He
and,
was semi-regular.
the
A guest.
materials are so much
And
diverse
that's
than
why it's
what
playing.
we
It's one
have
thing
in
that
China.
plays
Anything
when
we Japanese aren't aware of. And
when
Sophia,
he's
are yours
got
the
his
same? What are
screen in
those?
privacy mode or
Mine
whatever.
is avid variety as well. I find them so confusing. What I do is just like I choose one small bowl. For example, if I want to eat yogurt, I choose, for example, the miso soup bowl. Like, oh, I eat this portion only. So, I just find them so confusing. But I'm learning. I'm learning.
Learning. All right. And so, Sophia from Mexico goes to learn how Japanese tableware is used.
I'm going to a Japanese house today. I'm going to see so many plates. I have no idea how to use them. I hope today I will learn.
Sophia is in Aoba Ward in Yokohama City.
Hello. Welcome.
She's visiting Kumiko Yamazaki, who adores Japanese tableware. Hers is a family of 5, including an older son who was too shy to appear.
Please come in. This is our cabinet for Japanese tableware.
Wow, there are so many plates.
Seriously?
In Mexico, we generally use only one large plate for all our food. Do you actually use all of these plates?
Well, yes. We choose what to use depending on what we're going to eat. The ones we use most are rice bowls, of course.
Rice bowls are most representative of Japanese tableware. Next are miso soup bowls. Other bowls include soup bowls with lids to keep their contents hot, and chawanmushi bowls.
What are these plates for? What is this?
Sophia finds a small rectangular plate.
What the hell is this thing?
For it later.
For seaweed? Wow. I'm amazed at how many plates there exist. I'm still in shock. For only for seaweed?
Kumiko stores more dishes above the sink.
I have some up here. And I have more of them down here.
Wow.
Oh, many.
Expensive plates
No one
are
needs that many
individually wrapped
dishes.
to protect them from earthquakes.
Wow. So many.
It's like people that buy a new couch
All the plates.
and then their couch is just always wrapped in
Tableware does this
plastic.
family have?
It's like why did you bother getting a couch?
these.
You know?
They lay all of it out so they can count it.
And then they got all these plates in this video, which I'm not really watching, but yeah, I can see it out of my, peripherals. And they're just wrapped up.
The count comes out to 30 different types.
Keep them safe,
and
never use them.
480 pieces in
I don't
total.
get it.
So much stack.
It's like,
If they were all
is it
spread
trading
out.
cards? It's like you're
Kumiko
doing
says she bought them a few at a time
stamp
and ended up
collecting.
with
What's
this
going
many.
on there? I can't currently see
She's
chat, so
surprised.
if you're chatting, I can't see. I'm sorry.
Sophia is invited
I'm
to stay for dinner.
relaxing, playing Minecraft and listening to
Can I
stuff.
help you with something, please?
And I'm sharing it with the world.
Can you put out the chopsticks, please? Here. These are my husband's. These are mine.
Wow. So you have individual chopsticks?
Yes.
Sophia is surprised by how each family member has their own tableware. In the Yamazaki family, the rice bowls and miso soup bowls are also personalized.
My husband eats the most, so his rice bowl is the biggest. They're different sizes so that they are easy for each of us to handle, especially the children. And I choose cute designs for the children.
Die.
Itadakimasu.
This is so beautiful.
Here is this evening's dinner. The 7 dishes are all served in different tableware.
Since you're joining us, I chose this set of tableware.
For me? Oh, that is so sweet. Thank you very much.
The tableware chosen has unique shapes and small patterns. This is Kumiko's collection of tiny plates. They are small enough to fit in the palm of the hand. Tiny plates were created during the Edo period.
Fucking Edo period,
Food was
man.
served
Edo
on
period.
tiny
Everything
plates
is
to
the
produce
Edo
a
period.
trendy and stylish atmosphere. The plates are small but distinct in character. Recently, they're quite popular among homemakers.
I've never seen this before. In Mexico, we don't have dishes like this one.
That one is called soba choco. It's
Soba
normally
choco.
used for cold soba dipping sauce. But this evening, I'm using it as a small bowl. What's nice about Japanese tableware is that you can be creative about how you use it.
Pretty sure that's
This
any
soba choco
tableware,
is
but okay.
decorated with plum blossoms. Plum blossoms are the first blooms of spring, and they symbolize vitality. They are thus
Oh,
considered
sip of coffee.
auspicious and connote longevity. Putting such thought into presentation is one of the appeals of Japanese tableware.
Sip of coffee, baby.
How do you feel about this every day? Your wife is really
You know what? Let's
dedicated.
not build that up.
We
Let's
get
just
to
take it
enjoy
down.
various colors
It's
and
smaller than I
seasonal
thought this
changes.
tail would be.
That makes our meals taste even better. I'm very happy about that.
Oh, come on.
Japanese tableware adorns the dinner table with a wide range of designs. Is that cool?
Oh, what a great home.
It's not really cool.
Wonderful. So, Sophia, what do you have to say about your visit?
It was a wonderful experience. I learned so much. Definitely in the future for my own family, I would like to do that as well. Choosing dishes according to how I feel and my mood and everybody's mood this season. Oh, someday.
It won't be easy. Well, what do you all think about that tableware?
It's shocking. It's too much. I think in my family it's bigger family and we don't have that much. Like my family is 7 people and we don't have that much dishes at home. So it's shocking.
Agreed. I don't know where he's
A
from,
little
but
too much for me, right? I'm like Mexico. We put everything on one plate, and it has its own beauty, its own honest kind of quality. This looks so complicated, and to clean it all, it would be really troublesome.
I can relate to it. We in Germany, we also have dishes that we never use. They're in a beautiful cupboard, and we just have them because we like them. We never use them. Maybe once every 5 years if there's a special festival, and there's a lot of that we're so proud of. And I think I've seen that in Japan, but also see it in Germany. So I can relate to it in a way.
I see. In your countries, do you have plates that are for certain kinds of foods?
In Switzerland, we just have for the
See if I can
cheese
pull
fondue,
up
you
the
know,
chat
set,
box.
That's all, but not much, not as a Japan.
I see.
As far as I know, we have a ovo
Yeah.
dish for fish. So
I got
if
my
we
chat
cook
box up.
fish, we would definitely use
So
that
maybe
dish.
I'll notice if you
But that's just for
post something
fish,
in
but
chat.
For other dishes,
But it's
yes, we
not
have
required
special
or
dishes.
expected or
Okay.
mandatory.
In Germany, it's depending on the sequence. You have a hors d'oeuvre, and then you have another dish, and then the main course, and then the dessert. So it's different dishes for each of the courses that come.
I see. Okay. Then why do you think Japanese tableware is so specifically designated according to the foods and dishes?
It might be, you know, the way how in Japan we like everything in order and properly, and this is for this and this is for that. Might be related to that, to this little policy, Japanese kind of policy.
Good point. Anyone else?
I think it's also a sign of status. The more dishes you have, the more wherewithal your family has in terms of income and social status.
Okay, that might be. Anything else?
I think Japanese people see the food like a kind of presentation. So even when they after they cook the food, they want to make them very beautiful in the bowl.
In China, you have big feasts with a lot of dishes laid out. Even then, are all the plates the same?
I think so, and we like to keep the tableware as the same pattern, especially for events or parties. That makes it's kind of harmony that everything is
Oh, right.
same color, and shape.
I see. We also saw how tableware was personalized for the dad, the mom, and the children. Do you have that kind of custom in your countries? Who says they do? Raise your hands. Oh, you do? Uh-huh. In the U.S.?
Yeah, depends on different families, of course, but dad's plate is the biggest and it holds the most. Mom's plate is usually more beautiful and clean, and the kid's plate is, well, whatever we have left.
Is there such a custom in Korea?
In case of my
That's
family, my
not
father
okay.
has
Maybe it's true.
own
I can't
chopsticks
say
made
that
of
specifically
silver,
isn't true because that's
and
maybe
yeah,
his
also
house
as well.
specifically.
It used to be very strict in Korea.
Currently, I have
Twice a man,
four
used
plates, four
some
bowls, four
very
saucers,
expensive
uh,
tableware.
4 sets
Is
of
that still the norm in Korea?
silverware.
It's getting uncommon.
Only 1 set of chopsticks.
I see. All right. In Japan, it's more than just having plates for mom and dad.
But
We
whatever.
have rice bowls, miso bowls, chopsticks, so many things.
That's right.
Why do the Japanese personalize all of these items?
I have no idea. But that's the truth. That's my true feeling because I thought about it. Japanese homes are already so small and they use so many dishes. And I couldn't comprehend why they are doing this.
Good point.
So that's why I say I don't know.
All right.
Well, what I get is different. I get this sense of appreciation and respect for each member of the family.
Okay.
Well, I think it's emotional. I think that there is a memory attached to each of the bowls, and you grow up from a little kid and get older, and the memory is still there. It's not about division. It's about bringing a family together and sharing a history and a memory.
Oh, our theme just got larger. Ms. Mayazumi, what are your thoughts?
In Japan, we hold the rice bowl in one hand when we eat. That's a unique style. And we don't use spoons. We bring soup bowls directly to our mouths. The personalization of rice bowls, tea mugs, and chopsticks may be due to our custom of bringing them directly to our mouths, perhaps from a sense of hygiene. Also, in Japan, we didn't have the custom of dining together around a table. Before the advent of the low dining table, we all ate from individual raised boxes. This is one of them. Each family member had one. There was a set of bowls and plates inside for each person. So if this were my set, for example, I would take each piece like this, and I would set it on top like this.
Okay.
Your lid becomes your table, and each of us would eat from one. And you would manage your own plates and bowls on your table.
Oh, I know about that. My great-grandfather, after finishing, used to rinse the bowl.
Right.
With tea.
And radish pickles?
Yeah, by himself. My great-grandfather used to do that. Just him.
So perhaps the concept of having personalized tableware has its roots in that old custom.
Next, Aaron, what do you have?
These locally handcrafted otokuri and ochoko. And the aroma emanates the hinoki wood. Obviously, if you're going to put sake in this and then into the ochoko and then drink it, you're going to have the aroma as well. It's fantastic. Yeah, I'm really, really proud of it.
Are they made of wood?
Yeah, hinoki.
Oh, hinoki, I see.
And they're handmade?
Yeah, handcrafted locally.
That's great. What's cool about that?
This is a lacquer dish that I bought in Kyoto. I like lacquer because the way it's made out of the sap. So you need to be a very experienced craftsman to make this. That's why I like lacquer a lot.
All right. Natalie, is yours the same?
Yes, it's also lacquerware, and I like that little light on the top also. It's a part of a heritage thing also, and it's beautiful because really like it lasts very, very long from your ancestors to, you know, now the generation.
Lacquerware is basically wood. It's made of wood. Yours too, it's wood?
And I don't think there's any aroma associated with lacquer. I might be wrong.
So, what do you think about lacquerware? Anyone?
You don't see this kind of colors usually in plates or dishes. They're usually white or blue, maybe. But in Japan, you see them like this, black or that one, the red one.
I mean, from here, it just looks like plastic, like thick type plastic. I think if...
So would most New Zealanders think that they're plastic?
My mother would definitely think that's plastic.
Shue, you have lacquerware in China, don't you?
We use that for like decoration, like for interior, but actually we don't use it for food.
Really?
I don't think so. Or maybe in the ancient times, but not nowadays.
Oh. What about Korea?
Yeah, the same. Yeah, we used to use this kind of. Yeah, but
nowadays.
Yeah, only for that kind of the memorial ritual.
Huh, is that so?
I think this kind of tableware has become a symbol of Japanese tableware. So when you see these, you definitely think about Japan.
Oh. Let's go on to Sunny, and Sunny and Peter have the same items. Let's start with Sunny.
My cool is the Japanese chopsticks, and Japanese people use the wooden chopsticks. There are so many design and color and materials, so I like it.
You don't have such variety in Korea?
No.
You don't. And Peter?
Yeah, but what I was interested in was the etiquette of how to use the chopsticks.
I see. Next, Peter from the U.S. goes to learn the proper manners for using chopsticks.
Using chopsticks is very difficult, especially for foreigners. In fact, it took me almost 3 years before I felt comfortable even holding them correctly.
But in fact, it's doubtful whether Japanese people all handle them correctly either. So we did a test. We asked people to pick up and move 3 dried red beans with chopsticks. They should be able to do it if they're holding the chopsticks correctly.
Do you feel confident with your chopstick skills?
Yes, no.
Yes and no.
The lady who said yes holds the chopsticks perfectly.
This is hard.
1, 2.
She can do it smoothly without straining. The lady who said no holds the chopsticks with her thumb protruding and the tips unaligned.
What? 1.
She takes longer, 14 seconds. Next is this junior high student. She seems to be holding them properly, but...
It's harder than we think.
I can't. It's hard.
As she picks up a bean, her thumb wanders and it takes her a while. Next, a fashionable man in his 30s. Oh, he's holding them correctly.
Okay, two, last one.
He doesn't really have the knack for it. We ask who taught them how to use chopsticks.
My ex-girlfriend. I used to hold them like this. I did it like this before, and my ex-girlfriend taught me to hold them like this.
At nursery school. At home. My mother.
Mother.
My parents. Right. Yeah, my mother, my grandmother.
Most people learn at home or in kindergarten. Yet many people told us they were self-taught and not very confident. There's a popular course that teaches the proper handling and manners for using chopsticks. Instructor Hisatsugu Nakamichi of the International Hashi Cultural Association agreed to tutor Peter himself.
Hashi. Pronunciation in some of these shows is nuts.
To hold them.
All right, let's see here.
You're not holding it with the thumb and 2 fingers.
This is the correct way.
You use your thumb, index finger, and middle finger to hold the top chopstick. That's the way.
The lower chopstick is held in place with the ring finger, only the top chopstick is moved.
Right here, there's a lot of tension. It's very tight. It's very easy.
By just improving his form a bit, he could move the beans easily.
Thank you.
There are rules for picking up the chopsticks, too.
Just natural way. I knew that was wrong.
The correct way is to first lift them with your right hand, support them with your left, then hold them with your right.
Then you do the opposite to put them down. 1, 2, 3.
I don't even do that silly shit.
A rice bowl in your hand. The proper manner is to use those 3 steps to pick them up, and the same to put them down. There are many no-nos, things deemed poor manners when using chopsticks. Here's an example.
Itadakimasu.
This is called ogamibashi.
Putting your hands together to say itadakimasu while holding chopsticks is a no-no.
When you say itadakimasu, you're expressing your thanks for all the sacrificed lives on the table that you're going to consume.
Chopsticks are believed to form the boundary between the diner and the food, which is a divine blessing. The proper manner is to show respect with itadakimasu before picking up the chopsticks, and thus breaking the boundary. Here's another one.
You laid them on the soup bowl.
Here, this is bad.
That's called watashibashi. That's poor manners. What that also indicates is that you've had enough, that you're finished.
Always make sure to put them back on the chopstick rest. When the food is difficult to hold, you're inclined to stab it with chopsticks.
I thought so.
That's called sashibashi, meaning stabbing the food.
This is not
That's
just
called stabbing the food.
Chopsticks are used to pierce potatoes and such to see if they've been thoroughly cooked. The cook is allowed to do that. You, the diner, should not, because you can be perceived to be testing whether that food has been thoroughly cooked. You shouldn't show such doubt when being treated. In Japan, we say, chopsticks reveal the person. Using your chopsticks properly indicates to others that you're a mannered person, and it helps to avoid any unpleasantness.
It's about expressing your gratitude for the food with your actions. Chopstick manners reflect a Japanese way of thinking.
I've learned how important they are culturally and to give a respect and appreciation to everybody who serves and prepares food. And you know what? I think that is really cool.
It's not easy.
No, it isn't. Okay, Peter, tell us about your experience.
I mean, I'll tell you, it's really hard to know these manners without being taught them at a young age. Some of them are pretty obvious, like stabbing food. We don't do that in my country. But some of them are really subtle that he had to explain to me the reason why, and I was shocked. So, really good experience. Really liked it.
What do you all think
No
about
leave those.
chopstick
We're not changing all those out. I got a lot of those in already.
At least it looks beautiful.
Got
Like,
some light over
I noticed too
here.
that I was doing
Yeah,
it
we got lights over
completely
here.
wrong because I'll grab it with the right hand,
Okay.
pick them like this, arrange them with everything with the right hand, and it doesn't look as cool as he is or as beautiful as he does.
Okay.
But I have never been taught how to hold chopsticks. We never teach about that. So I think Japanese people are more particular about the using chopsticks.
Are those no-nos we saw also no-nos in Korea?
Yeah, several
Like rummaging, licking, laying them on the bowls? Are those frowned upon in Korea too?
Yeah.
How about in China?
And in China, I think the difference is that we use the round table to share food. So we have lots of rules for that. For example, we are not allowed to separate one food by our chopsticks.
Ah, of course. Then, if you could demonstrate the correct use of chopsticks in your countries, would that earn respect?
It's cool. Like when I was in high school, when we went to Chinese restaurants, if the guy who could use the chopsticks, we'd be like, "Oh man, you're cool," and we would all try too.
Really?
It shows that you're well traveled. That's what it means, and of course, it raises your status because you're well traveled. And Germans like to travel, and they like to show off that they traveled. And so they make a point to show to their friends that they use chopsticks.
I see. Why do you think the Japanese are so particular about the proper manners for handling chopsticks? What do you think?
Everything is codified, and it has to be kind of a ritual, like for the tea ceremony or for eating, it has to be a ritual.
Japanese are just particular about everything they do, how they dress, how they work, how they talk. So it's just natural that they're particular about how they eat and what they use. So it makes sense.
All right.
Well, it's totally understandable. It's you want to pay respect to the others. Also, you want to be respected. You want to show you're well educated. By doing what? By having good table manners.
No, of course. Then, in your countries, are you particular about the use of spoons and forks, for example?
So apparently you're supposed to take the spoon, that's the circular one, and then take the soup from the back of the bowl. I was 11 years old. I had no idea about that. My dad got really angry. So yeah, we have these kind of rules as well.
Your dad scolded you if you didn't scoop the soup like this?
Yeah, you got to take it from the back, not the front.
Oh.
Well, in Algeria or maybe in Muslim countries, it's not good to eat with your left hand. So it's usually when, for example, when you cut meat, you change like hand and you pick with the right hand.
Oh, I see. I get it. You can't cut and eat like this.
Yes. So, and if you have a spoon too, so it's only with the right hand. Like you don't eat with the left hand.
Interesting. Ms. Mayazumi, what do you have to say?
Chopsticks are used in China and Korea as well as Japan. But they also use spoons. It's only in Japan that everything is eaten with chopsticks alone. In Japan, in the old days, chopsticks were considered an extension of the body, and they were believed to embody the spirit. There's a saying, all begins with chopsticks and ends with chopsticks. Just as our martial arts begin and end with a formal bow, Japanese dining begins
okay, that's
and
something
ends
they should extrapolate on there. Everything begins with chopsticks and ends with chopsticks. I was fortunate or unfortunate. I was present at a funeral for an ex-father-in-law, and I believe that's where that comes from, because we cremated, and it was a low heat cremation so that we could separate the bones from the ash and then place the bones into an urn. And we did that with chopsticks.
Manners. That's what the saying means. The Japanese use chopsticks with reverence, and I think that's how these rules and the do's and don'ts came about.
The writer Lafcadio Hearn, also known as Koizumi Yakumo, loved Japan and spent his life here. There are foreigners like that today as well. The modern Lafcadio.
There have come to be many connoisseurs of Japanese tableware around the world. When discussing its refined beauty, there's something that cannot be ignored. That's kintsugi. Kintsugi is a traditional Japanese craft of repairing broken or chipped ware. In kintsugi, the broken part is coated with lacquer and gilded with powdered gold. Kintsugi was first done in the Muromachi period and is an art that breathes new life into broken ware.
It wasn't the Edo period.
A foreigner who became fascinated with kintsugi has a workshop in a village with a population of 3,700. This is David Pike, a kintsugi artist from Los Angeles. We asked him to show us his work.
Okay, this is a piece of koratsu ware from the Edo period.
Oh, that one's from the Edo
What's
period.
wonderful about kintsugi is how the patterns are so beautiful. Usually, when something is marred, you want to hide it. For example, when a piece of Meisen porcelain is broken, you mend it so that the seams are hidden. With kintsugi, instead of hiding the seams, you highlight them elegantly with gold. If the method of repair was conventional, I probably wouldn't have become interested.
This is a piece of seto ware from the Muromachi period. The broken part has been mended boldly with gold. There are various techniques in kintsugi. This one is makie naoshi, where a pattern is etched into the repaired surface. And this is yobitsugi, where the repair is done with broken pieces from other vessels. It's a fine craft requiring delicate skills.
The foremost point is that the repair should enhance the beauty of the item. What interests me is the elegance that comes from the combination.
David came to Japan in 1994 as a dancer. While visiting Kyoto, he became fascinated with Japanese pottery. After 2 years of pottery training in Kyoto, he started working on his own. He built his own ascending kiln and devoted himself to pottery. But he had the problem of many of his vessels cracking during firing.
More were cracked than remained intact, sometimes 70%. Like this. I ended up with a lot of cracked vessels. I didn't want to throw them out, except that they were cracked. They looked nice.
That was when he came across kintsugi. He studied it diligently and became a kintsugi artist himself. Now he receives orders from Germany and the US. David agreed to show us his kintsugi craftsmanship.
This is crude lacquer, almost as it was when collected from a tree.
He mixes the lacquer with wheat flour. Lacquer has a strong adhesive quality, but it takes a long time to harden, so the gluten in the flour has a temporary adhesive effect. He lets it dry for about 2 weeks. After rough rasping, he starts polishing it. He uses charcoal to polish the lacquer without damaging the vessel itself. The polishing is repeated over the course of half a